come in Ray.
This is Jack Burton in the Pork Chop Express, and I'm talking to whoever's listening.
Calling the War Council of Gallifrey. This is the Doctor.
I am Iron Man.
Tell me.
Everything's perfectly all right now. We're fine. We're all fine here now. Thank you. How are you?
Well, it's hard to believe, but 2018's over. It's 2019, and we're back in the studio. Hello, boys. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
I'm back. I feel like such a stranger.
You are, yeah.
I can't remember the last time I've been in here.
Who are you?
Yeah.
He was the guy who was fighting.
We'll see, like that was his cue to introduce himself. See, you ruined it.
I did, didn't I?
I'm Mark, and you two lovely gentlemen are...
Saxon.
And Two Penny.
And Two Penny. Can I just call you Anthony?
You'll confuse the listeners.
Two Penny.
So, Christmas is over, New Year's over. It's hard. When? I'm still waiting for Christmas to start. What happened?
I'm over it.
Are you? You're done?
I'm
You've moved
over it.
on?
Yeah, I've just sort of realised now, I guess at this point every year, in the first week of January, where you're just sitting going, hang on a minute, what? Where'd it go? What?
Yeah.
What happened? And I've just got to say, like, even in the top 10 toys video that I did this week on my channel, youtube.com/Saxon07,
Subtle.
as a brick to the head. But like, even during that, like, I've noticed that, because I went back and watched my other top 10 videos of the year, and I've noticed every single one starts with me going, I can't believe it, the year's over, what happened, it was so quick. But this year I just went, I'm done. I get it now. I'm old now, everything's going so fast, it's time to just get with the times and just stop caring.
Interesting thing, though, it's not because you're old.
What?
It's actually not because you're old.
You broke her.
I feel quite old, but what's your theory?
My kids are experiencing it as well.
Right?
They're like, at the minute, they're like, what happened? Where's Christmas? Because when I done New Year's Day for dinner, and my wee girl refused to accept that it was January. She's like, no, it's not January. We're like, but it is January. She's like, no, it's not January, because she just felt like Christmas had just come and gone in a flash. And so I don't think it's just, because I used to always think it was as you get older these things start. It's not everybody's experience.
Well, like,
I think
remember,
it's a societal thing. I think it's more.
I had this conversation with you a couple of years back where you were saying that it's because there's so much stuff in the year now that you're looking forward to that you kind of forget the weeks leading up to it. Like, for example, we had big movies this year with Avengers Infinity War and stuff. And like this time last year we were going, it has to be April now. We need to know what happens. So it kind of bashes through it super quick. Yeah.
That's exactly what it is, because there's no, like, you think of whenever you're a kid and like Christmas was this big thing that happened at the end of the year, and alright, you had Halloween, but then you still had another couple of months and then it was Christmas. But now it's like, oh, it's Halloween, this movie's out, this thing comes back on TV, we're going to go to this thing, this is happening, this is coming out, I'm going to buy this thing, oh, it's Christmas, this thing's back on TV, this movie's coming out, this thing, and that's what's happening. And again, I think it's another problem of it's because of the world we live in. There's so much information, there's so much stuff, there's so many, it's this world of plenty.
That as well, and as you were saying with how societal changes have taken place over the last couple of years, like whenever it's Halloween, they're rushing to get Christmas decorations up in the towns and in the
midnight
streets.
Halloween, boom, Christmas trees.
And they turn the lights on and put the big Christmas tree up and everything. Like, I remember one New Year's Day, I think it was 2014, 2015, I walked into my local shop just around the corner from me, and where all their Christmas stock had been, Easter eggs. I kid you not.
I took a photograph of my phone. I took a photograph of my phone today at Tesco. Easter eggs.
Yeah.
I actually took a photograph of my phone tonight of Easter eggs in Tesco. I mean, what is the crack?
Happy New Easter.
Look. There you go. Easter eggs. Tesco.
My God.
Yeah.
2 hours ago.
I don't doubt that.
2 hours ago. What is the story?
I'm actually talking about New Year's Day, January the 1st.
Yeah.
And I don't mean like, oh, they're starting to get their Easter stock in. There's a couple of eggs and stuff. An entire row, entire bunch
well, that's
of
what they're starting
shelves.
to do tonight, yeah. Unreal.
That is mental.
But the thing about it is, as well, is I don't know if you've got your Christmas tree down. We haven't got our Christmas tree down.
We have ours
yet.
down now.
You have yours down, well, that's fair enough. But traditionally, I don't know if it's just a UK thing, there's a thing called Old Christmas Day, which is January 4th. Your Christmas tree's meant to stay up until January 4th. It's still the Christmas season until tomorrow.
Yeah.
But Tesco, all the stuff's gone, all the shops, it's all gone, everything's gone. It's like, right, forget about Christmas. Christmas is over! Forget about it! It's Easter now! It's Valentine's Day! St. Patrick's Day! It's that kind of intensity. I'm just getting sick. I'm just getting tired of it.
Yeah, because it doesn't make it special anymore.
No, nothing. It's just another day now.
Because it's like when you're looking forward to something. It's like, do you know when you're a kid and you write your letter to Santa? and it's not under the tree. It's not there. It's not in the house. It doesn't exist until Santa appears from his sleigh and magics it up. And Christmas morning, you walk in the living room, boom, it's there.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, it's great. And then now that you're an adult, like your significant other or whatever gets you a present and it sits under the tree.
Yeah.
So you know it's there.
Yeah.
And you have a vague understanding of what it is you're going to get.
Yeah.
So it kind of takes the magic away from it a little bit. Which is why this year, like specifically for myself, with my fiance, I got all her presents, I wrapped them up and left them in the garage. And then on Christmas Eve, I brought them in.
Yeah.
Just to sort of see if
that's
that
what
would...
we do. That's what we. I mean, like myself and my wife, we don't. She doesn't see my presents, and vice versa. We don't.
Yeah.
Christmas morning, you get your presents, and that's pretty much.
But I kind of think that's a good analogy for what's going on now.
Yeah.
Because like I remember being a kid, and Christmas felt like such a long wait.
I know.
Especially after Halloween.
And it was magic.
It was
magic.
There was almost
it was magic.
There was almost like a feeling, like a presence in the air.
Yeah, and another problem as well is like I blame things like I'm a big detractor of social media. Right? I think social media is the devil, right? But like we wrote it like maybe 3 or 4 Christmas cards this year. Because everything else was just Facebook. Happy Christmas, Happy Christmas, personal message, Happy Christmas, Happy. Then the other thing is, I remember Christmas. A big part of Christmas was you get the TV times or the radio times. You'd look through it, and this movie's
and
on.
You'd
This
circle
movie's on.
it,
I would have a list. Christmas Day, these 3 movies I really want to see. Boxing Day, these 3 movies I really want to see. Now you're like, sure, I have that, or I've downloaded that, or
I
sure
can
it's on
stream that,
Netflix, or it's on. Do you know? So there's no anticipation. Everything's just handed to you, and there you go. So there's no getting excited for anything. There's no feeling of, oh my god, the wait. It's not. That's all gone.
Again, it's an interesting point you bring up about social media, because I kind of blame memes for this too. Because you know the way you see that thing, like a couple of idiots on your Facebook timeline share or whatever, and it says, oh my god, it's 363 days to Christmas, or it's 241 days to Christmas, or whatever. And they keep sharing that throughout the year. So again, it's taken all the magic out of it.
Yeah.
And I also remember being a kid and being in primary school, and you were getting ready for the rehearsals for the big Christmas play where all the parents would come in and stuff, and it kind of left you feeling with that sense of wonder and magic. And I don't know, because like with yourself, you're a parent, and I take it your kids take part in these things as well.
Yeah, of course.
Like, does that ever come back for you as a parent?
Nah, it does a wee bit. Yeah, it does a wee bit. But even I just think this year just has seemed very bland. It's just seemed very.
It has. It's
Christmas.
It's very, again, a lot of people have been saying this for years. I mean, like even Greg Lake wrote a song about it. Christmas is commercialised. And that has just gotten worse and worse and worse as the years have gone on.
Yeah. It's the Grinch thing. Where are you, Christmas? It's that thing.
It is, yeah.
That thing, you know?
And it's things like the Muppet movie, the Muppet Christmas movie tries to teach you, where it's like, there's magic in the air tonight, and things like that, and it's about loving and sharing, and you have to keep the spirit of Christmas with you for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
And it's that old thing of being the winter solstice. It's about like getting halfway out of the dark, as Doctor Who put it.
Yeah.
Back when Doctor Who was good.
Not this year, Doctor Who. Not this year, it didn't. But we'll get to that.
We will get to that. But it's
The rage just built in both your eyes.
remember that show, Doctor Who?
Oh yeah, it was a good time.
It was a great time. Why did that ever end? But
Women.
damn feminism takes another victim.
I jest, of course I jest. But anyway.
Yeah, but no, it is that thing of like it's supposed to be this special magical time that keeps everyone together.
Yeah.
And it says let's turn people apart.
Yeah.
There's proof.
Yeah, that's brutal. That's
They
brutal,
even
right?
took away the Doctor Who
Okay,
Christmas special.
and with that. So, right. Right, so it's 2019.
It is,
Okay.
believe it or not.
We've just finished 2018, as we just said. For all the negativity, for all the bah humbug, there was a lot of really good stuff happened this year. There's a lot of good stuff to look forward to next year. And we're going to talk about that over the next sort of hour and a half or so tonight. But before we do, there is some news that has hit this week. Even though it's been Christmas, news has been quite slow, but there has been a few things. So we're just going to run quickly through the news, take a few headlines, talk about it, and then we'll get into what we loved this year, what we're looking forward to next year, what we hated this year, and everything else. But before we do that, let's talk about Doctor Who. You haven't seen
Jesus,
this
well,
year's...
I don't want to. No,
You haven't seen this year's Doctor Who special yet.
No, I don't want to.
Right, it's
have to.
awful.
All right.
Okay, it's awful. It's so bad.
So big shocker there then.
Right out from the stables, not even any theme music. There's no music.
Yeah, because you remember when they used to do the Doctor
There's no
Who,
music.
like, Christmas specials?
Yeah.
They would what I loved, especially about Capaldi's versions, is that they had snow and stuff in the opening titles.
Yeah.
And, like the police box had like snow on the roof and stuff. Like with the New Year's Day special, with those new opening titles that Jodie Whittaker has, I was expecting fireworks.
Yeah,
Okay,
that would
yeah.
be amazing.
or something like that.
Something,
Just
yeah.
some big sort of celebration. Like the Doctor Who theme looks like sparklers.
Yeah, because it goes straight into the episode. And I was actually thinking to myself, "Oh, cool! They're going to do a tag." Because I always love that. You know, where you're like, "Oh, we're
Yeah.
into the story, music," and then we're back in the story.
The only thing I miss now about this series, Doctor Who, is the ow
Yeah,
at the start. You know,
Yeah,
where
where
it's
it, like-
oh my god, the
Yeah.
Daleks are invading England.
and before they stop talking, Doctor Who stop. Yeah, the music's coming in. So there was no theme music, which was the first thing, which knocked me off right away. I was like, "What?" Now I'm not going to be too spoilerific because I know you guys haven't seen it. I'm sure a lot of people haven't seen it as well. I think you'll agree that the whole way through this, when we've been talking about Doctor Who, I didn't like this series that just passed. I didn't like the series at all. I thought it was boring. I thought it was humdrum. I thought it was very agenda driven. I have no time for any of that.
At best, for me, there were 2, maybe 1.5 good
Yeah, there was a
episodes.
couple of good episodes. I quite liked the one with the witches, the sand, the mud monster.
I didn't
witches
like
thing.
that at
I know,
all.
but I did. I quite liked that one. I thought that one was, even though that was one that was written by a declared feminist, so it was out to get the men's.
Of course, yeah.
I quite liked that one. I liked the one with the spiders, and there's a couple of other ones I liked.
Yeah, I like that one too. I like the one with the frog at the end of it.
Yeah, until
Until the frog shows
yeah.
up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and which
And
was
the-
very
and-
Douglas Adams, to be fair.
It was
quite a
indeed.
Douglas Adams.
I
run
even
film.
said that in our review. Like
Yeah.
it is very Douglas Adams, and also the Kerblam episode. I think
Oh,
that's a highlight.
Yeah, it was quite a good episode.
that's
that felt
the
like
standout
that,
of the
like
series.
that felt like vintage sort of
Yeah, that felt
Tennant and
classic.
Smith kind of.
Yeah.
that felt like a real sort of season 10 or whatever. I don't know.
5.
5. Let's go with 5. Okay, but the whole one thing that I have defended the whole way through here, despite what everybody else says, this isn't the whole thing about the women's or anything else. I genuinely like Jodie Whittaker in the role. I genuinely thought she was pretty good as the Doctor until this episode. There is a scene in this episode where she goes face to face with the villain. I'm not going to tell you who the villain is in case there's people out there who haven't watched it and don't know. I know you guys know who the villain is. Where she goes face to face, and it's like, do you remember? In fact, she actually says about Earth being protected. But do you remember Matt Smith's line at the end of the 11th hour, where he looks at the creatures and he's like, this planet's protected, and you tell.
Oh, you mean that moment that was totally the moment that defined him as the
Matt
Doctor?
Smith.
Yeah.
And it was such a great moment. Even just thinking about how good that moment makes me feel about Goosebumpy, right?
Yeah.
She has that moment, and she just doesn't pull it off. She just doesn't. It's not. She just hasn't got that presence, that threatening, because when Capaldi had the moment, Tennant had the moment, Smith had the moment, Eccleston had the moment, where they're fun, and suddenly you're like, whoa,
Yeah.
that's why he's
I
the
don't wanna
Doctor.
mess
That's
with
why
this
I wouldn't
person.
mess
Yeah.
with this guy or girl.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, whenever this scene comes along for her in this episode, it just falls on its face. It really does. I didn't buy it at all.
See, I think the only time that she had the moment for me was in the Kablam episode when she's actually threatening the boss
Manager
man.
guy.
Yeah,
That was
when
the-
she's threatening the manager. I think that sums up the whole season.
Yeah,
when
but-
she's threatening the manager.
Yeah, but like she has that sort of bit where it's done really well because it's not like it was with other Doctor Who series where it's like, oh, this is the big moment,
Yeah.
and this is where they go from I'm wacky doo to I'm gonna kill you, sort of a thing. Like they sort of turn on a dime.
Yeah.
What I liked about that scene in Kerblam is that it encapsulated her personality as the Doctor. So it wasn't a case of her going like, I'm gonna stop you. It was a case of going like, and it was almost like manipulation in a way, where she was like still keeping that happy thing. She was going like, but that's what a good manager would do, isn't it? And I was like, that's kind of like what Professor Umbridge and Harry Potter would
Yeah.
do, that sort of
It's
sickly,
manipulative.
sweet
Yes.
sort of thing.
Yeah.
But it's got that underlying tone of threat, and I was like, that is perfect for this Doctor.
Yeah.
See, because they've done it with the very first episode, and that's when I kind of went, oh, this is kind of bad. Is the bit at the end when she's threatening we call him Tooth McGee, but we like
Tooth McGee.
Tooth McGee.
Oh, the monster with the
yeah.
Toothface.
Toothface.
For that moment, I thought, is that you really doing I'm the Doctor and,
Yeah.
and you need to stop this? It's like,
See, the problem with that episode is that, okay, well, like, look at some of the other post-regeneration episodes. 2 that stand out for me are David Tennant's first episode and Matt Smith's first episode. Peter Capaldi's was good, but it was sort of all over the place because they didn't really understand how to write him as a character yet. So with David Tennant's one, they had an absolutely perfect idea, which is, okay, this is our reboot of the series. This is the first time new audiences and kids are being exposed to the idea that the main character of the show can change. What do? They knock him out for most of the episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This was the quintessential Douglas Adams
But
episode where he
not-
even references Arthur Dent. But anyway.
But not even that. It's the fact that they take the Doctor out of the picture and they make you need him. All the characters are at their desperate low point. They really need the Doctor to come back.
Yeah.
Like Rose is breaking down in the TARDIS. The Sycorax are attacking Earth. They've got all the
Can't
people
even do nothing.
on the edge of the buildings. And